That's awesome. I love the music. Yeah. I fucking love that song. And honestly, if you don't like it, tough titty. It's my show. I play in a different key than Boy Meets World, so maybe I won't get sued. I don't know. My point, basically, it's my show. I do what I want. When you have your show, and do what you want to do. All right, don't tell me what to do on my show. Sorry, starting off on the wrong foot with you guys today. I don't know why. I've been noticing the sound on here has been god awful, and I really apologize for that. So what I tend to do is, if you notice, I tilt my microphone to the side so that way you get more of my beautiful, sultry voice. Let's go ahead and start off with our honorary bowl. Cheers. I don't even want to do this anymore. Ooh. Should have filled that first better. Alright, so today, man, I managed to do most of the shows off the top of my head because that's just the way I like doing it. I get a lot of crap for it, and sometimes people call it unprofessional. Personally, I like it. It's the way I want to do it, and I don't give a shit. So, like I said, I come up with most of the stuff off the top of my head, but for a lot of times we do, I do pre-write some of the episodes. They have a basic format that I try to stick with, and what happens is I get, I finish off what I had written, and by the time I get to my chair, shit has already happened to me. My day has already started. So it's just keeping up with my day. And if something out of the ordinary happens or something important happens, that I totally change my direction. So that's the reason why you'll never really see a proper title for any of the episodes. The episodes always have a title just saying STS, and I try to make them more appealing. However, Streamlabs is a very strange website, or it's a very strange. It's just a strange criteria that they have. I'm not even sure how to use most of it. For instance, I'm just going to tell you to share it, and for me to say share it, like if I say the word share, I can have stuff pop up. And, pretty. So yeah, again, I wanted that to say useless agent, but it says my name. That sucks, but I'll take it. If I wanted you to follow us. There it is again. Alright, so anyway, my my beef today is with pick a beef, any beef. Honestly, it's this whole censorship. I know that I bring this topic up a lot, but there's a very good reason for it, okay? And that's because this place sucks. And I used to live in the best country in the world, and it's not what it used to be anymore. And I feel like sometimes I honestly do feel like the kid outside and nobody comes out to play, I've never seen the streets so empty. I go downtown, usually not on purpose. I usually go on downtown for some sort of obligation that I need to do, doctor appointment, blood work, something like that. And so, downtown Chicago is a very huge thing. We have the Magnificent Mile, which is just a solid mile of stupid stores and overpriced bullshit. However, it looks very pretty. And so it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And when you work downtown, you lose that any sense of awe, and it's no longer awesome. It no longer inspires awe, as Jane would say from Breaking Bad. It doesn't, because we've seen it a million times. And then, I mean, I love putting the pictures of the 60s Chicago to now, but it's even cooler to do it from the 20s. And so I get online today. I sit in my chair, start my day. I have my morning cigarette, my coffee, and I'm just going through the motions as I do every day. And the first thing I see is a picture of Julia Roberts. Now, honestly, I haven't seen a movie with her in a very long time, so I totally forgot about her. So, what I had done was, it was just a picture of her, and someone said that, they haven't seen her in a long time. And people actually thought she's crazy because she doesn't get, there's an interview with her, and she basically shows, and she basically proves that she has no idea what the modern internet is, and she doesn't care. I have nothing but respect for that. That's awesome. Personally, I can do without the social media. Honestly, I know I do this program for nobody. It's just content and content and content always coming out of my channel. But again, I do this for myself. It helps me get some thoughts out of my head that I just really want to vent. And it's kind of a video journal. But my point, going back to it, was after I saw that, I said, I don't think she's crazy. And I literally typed, this is verbatim what I said. People call her crazy because she doesn't use social media. I think that that's just smart. You can't get in trouble. You can say whatever you want, and there's nobody there to bring up something you said 2 years ago that contradicts what you said now, because God forbid we change our minds in 2 years. And so I put that up and said, I don't think she's crazy for not liking it. I think she's smart. And I hate the new social media obsession. And people were commenting on that. People were liking the comment and you get what's called reactions, and you see the little emojis. And so people were identifying with this. People agreed with me. People were reacting, and reacting positively, because there's nothing I said that was offensive. And then someone else, I guess, commented, so of course it pops back on my page. And I see it, and I see my comment has been blocked out. And when I try to ask why did you take my my comment down? Because obviously people were reacting positively to it, and nothing I said was bullying or any of that crap. I'll get to that later. But my guess, because I never got a clean answer, my guess is because I used the word hate. Now, again, we've overused and oversaturated this word, so it's lost its power, it's lost its meaning, and that's the best thing that can happen to derogatory terms and words that are associated with terrible things. The best thing you can do is take that power away by using the word to the point where it no longer has an effect. That's how you beat the word. The more you fear something, the more someone's going to get off on that. And I'm trying really hard not to jump from subject to subject because I understand I do that a lot. And so because I use the word hate, H-A-T-E, simply a word, I hate baby food. It's really gross to me. You ever had their turkey and stuff like that? It's disgusting. I hate it. It's horrible. So if I were to say that, I would be kicked out because I used the H word. Okay? And it's childish. And when I have an adult, when you set up your Facebook, it asks you what's your age. It asks you, are you 18 or older? When you put in that you're a grown-ass adult and you get censored because you simply said, I hate something, not someone, not some race, not some gender, not some whatever pronoun you want to fucking use, I don't care. I was saying that I hate social media. I do. I hate most of them. I mean, Facebook is just losing me completely. I spend more time on Reddit because, you know what? If you can just ignore all the dick pics that you're going to get, there's going to be a lot of them. Okay? If you can just ignore the dick pics, just a little bit, you tend to get far better people with darker senses of humor and honesty, and you can approach and talk, and you won't be shot in the face with holy water like Tulsa King. I'm a huge fan of that show, by the way. Fucking love it. So what happens is it simply reminds me of what we used to have. Now, you have to remember, it was only a few years ago. I mean, it was only 8 years ago, Obama had passed our net neutrality bill because we knew what was at stake. We knew that we were going to be losing our rights, and we refused to allow that to happen. So we had the net neutrality bill. Obama had passed it. Obama saw it for what it was and saw it as another way to take away freedom. So he denied it and said, no, it passes. Net neutrality passes. So we won that fight. And I was very happy. I was ecstatic when I saw the news. For me, that was more important than a presidency election. Was simply the results of net neutrality. So when we had won that initially, I think even John Oliver was like throwing parties on his show about it. He'd done a very long and very intellectual segment on it. It's a very great piece of journalism. Highly recommend you watch it. But the whole point of net neutrality is you're not allowed to claim any kind of ownership of the internet because the internet itself is treated like outer space. Now, in outer space, you cannot claim any of it. It is a non-governing place. So technically, it's kind of like international waters. I think if you killed a person up in space, I don't even know if you go to jail for that because there's no rules in space. But what it really meant was your voice was protected and your opinion was protected by the First Amendment, and net neutrality is an extension of said amendment. Now, I turn around and all I see are more and more rights being taken away. And it's just amazing the crap that we are getting used to that I'm just finding so pathetic. That every single option that we need is being or every single option that we had lived for, more and more they're taken away. I never thought I'd see the day where Roe v. Wade was taken away. I never thought I'd see the day where freedom of speech was taken away. And that's entirely what net neutrality was all about, was keeping our rights. And we lost it. Because as soon as Trump jumped in, and for any Trump supporters out there, if you're a Trump supporter and you're watching this, that's for you and your vote. Because right away, I understood the appeal to him. I really did. He was speaking in ways that nobody had spoken before. But look at exactly what he did. He wanted to undo anything Obama did because he's a giant child. And Republicans are sycophants. And I mean, Democrats can be too. Yeah, they really can. I don't care. I've always been independent. So once that's taken away, and then you have your speech taken away, then the Fourth Amendment was changed to the due to the Patriot Act, and it's when people are in fear, they are so willing to give up on their rights. It's pathetic. When people are afraid, they quickly give away rights. And the bigger the lie, the more the fear. Hence, Republicans always, just watch Fox News and look at all the crazy crap that they say that is going to happen in the next 4 years. When Biden got elected, we were all going to turn into I don't know, what was it, homosexual frogs, and you're going to see trannies in your bathroom all the time. People just, the dumb crap that comes out of Tucker Carlson's mouth. Literally, you could just watch his show, and everything he says, just do the opposite, and you're a good person. Because he is an idiot. Tucker Carlson, you're a fucking moron. And I just really can't stand these people that just spout fear so you give up your rights so they can take it over. And this has been happening since the early parts of the 20th century. This is, with guys like E.H. Harriman. So if you look at like E.H. Harriman up to the death of Kennedy, to the Bush v. Gore campaign, to 9/11, and so on and so forth. And look at Operation Northwoods. This is a declassified CIA file. It's public information now, and you can easily read it. And this is not a conspiracy theory. This is not a theory. This is a fact. This is something that was approached to Kennedy about, and he was disgusted with it. So when you had the Bush v. Gore election, there was a reason why they wanted him so badly in that chair. And I remember being a kid and wondering, what is so important? Then 9/11 happened. And I don't know about you, but it made sense. Suddenly, everything from that election made sense. And if we had gone by the popular vote, we would probably have had 20 years, almost 20 years, 2 decades, at least 16 years of Kennedy presidencies. Can you imagine all the things that would be different? I guarantee you wouldn't be paying taxes like we pay now because he wanted to change the tax code, which they refused to do. And I don't think as long as there's rich people, they're not going to change that they're never going to change it. It's like how Trump even said, I even agree with Trump, saying that you benefit from the same tax codes I do. And it's true. It's true, and it's sad. It's sad, but true. Should play that song, but I don't have the rights to it. So, I'm not telling you to be a conspiracy theorist because honestly, that's a made up term that was literally just made up because they didn't like the idea of these people being right. And they, they wanted you to look crazy, so they came up with a term called conspiracy theory. And before the 60s, there was never, ever a word or a phrase such as conspiracy theory. They're based off of two words that are not crazy, yet the people that spout them seem to be crazy. And Alex Jones does not help. So you always have to remember that the devil will mix lies with truth. Now, I'm an atheist, but I'm using this as a allegory. And you have to remember what truths you believe and have faith in and believe in and really back up. Like, something you should defend is, your rights are your rights. Otherwise, they're just privileges. And there are no privileges, I just don't get it. You have a right to breathe. You have a right to say whatever the fuck you want. And to take that away is no longer a right. It's a privilege. So if you're sued or you're in trouble for speaking and saying something, other than a death threat that is easily, that's obvious to see that the person was premeditatively about to kill someone. Someone said, "Hey, I'm going to kill you." They had the gun. That's like when does that ever happen? The point is that speech is speech, and it deserves to be protected. And if you use the word hate, that doesn't make you an evil person. And it sure as hell shouldn't require banishment in any way, shape, or form. Because honestly, it's just you spouting out your opinion. And I'm pretty sure the whole point of social media was to spout out your opinions. And you can lie to yourself all you want that we live in a free country and all that, but honestly, the paper that I wrote that was going to be today's episode was so long that I realized it would take me about 30 minutes to read this. And instead, I'm just going to keep working on it until I have something so full that I can just go ahead and start spouting off. But I mean, you look at the Federal Reserve, again, the beginning of the 20th century. Look at all the changes that started happening that just went to shit. And honestly, the banking systems, all that. The only thing we ever did right was abolishing slavery, which should have never occurred in the first place. But again, it's not an American tradition. It wasn't an American trait. It wasn't America that it's not a preconceived notion by America. It's not an American disposition. Every country at that time had slaves. It's just how life was back then. So when it comes down to critical race theory and should children be blinded from this? No, they should absolutely learn their damn history. They should absolutely know the amount of death and suffering that our ancestors have gone through to give us what we have now. And for all of that to be taken away by a government that we didn't elect and instead is voted in by an electoral college, and the electoral college was never a part of the Constitution, then where the fuck are we? And with that, I'm just going to leave you with that notion, because that's honestly the final question that I can't answer where the fuck are we now? Because I have no clue where we stand anymore on anything as a people. I know where I stand. I know where my codes are. And I can only hope that the next person has the same. So, leave you with that. And if you watch this on YouTube, thank you. Thanks again to Ann Nagayan and NH5, Shaki. I'm so sorry if I'm ruining your names. Sanjay Kumar. Thank you for Aruna Reddy Vina. Thank you so much. Oh, is that my red? I wonder if that's red. Thank you so much for being a part of this. You guys are the best people in the world. I love every single one of you guys that talks to me on emails. Always send us an email at uselessagentmusic@gmail.com. And we are on every damn platform. All right, check out our new stuff on Spotify. And, of course, this channel will be building up as always. So we love you. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your neighbors. Love one another. And if you have any kind of trouble with your mental health, get help. Talk to someone. Remember, we love you and we're happy to talk to you. Okay? So, again, with that, thank you guys so much for being a part of everything I do. And as always, I will catch you on the other side. Laters.